You are listening to the Courageously Unconventional podcast. If you want to change your life and start living on your own terms, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Lynn Grogan. I'm a certified life coach, and I want to help you take action toward creating your own unconventional life. Each week, I'll share inspiring and unconventional stories from those who have gone before you, as well as actionable steps you can take to start your own unconventional path today. Let's go! For the podcast today, I want to read something to you that I wrote a few years ago. So it's a little bit different than what I usually have on the podcast, but somehow it just feels right today. So if you're like me, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, right now it's fall and we're headed into winter. It's getting colder and the days are getting shorter. I'm actually really bundled up right now as I'm recording this. I have my blankie and my hat on and the fireplace is going. And we actually experienced our first snowfall the other day, which took me by surprise. If you're listening to this and you're like, Lynn, you are a nomad. You can just opt out of winter and go south. You're right. That is true. But we got caught in the snow this weekend for the first time in a very long time. And it was beautiful. And it helped me remember that we're going into a seasonal change, which for some folks might mean you're starting to experience a seasonal funk that doesn't feel all that great. I know I've started to feel that a little bit, and I've definitely felt it in the past when the seasons changed. So here's what I wrote about it a few years ago, and it helped me feel better today, so I thought I'd offer it to you. Here it goes. I woke up with a heaviness in my chest today. You know that feeling? That sludgy feeling that's just with you before you open your eyes. It seems like something must be terribly wrong to feel this way. Really wrong. Yet nothing comes to mind immediately, so you start scanning. Is there a problem with my relationship? Is someone mad at me? Did I screw up at work? You search, but you don't find anything and you get worried. Why am I having this feeling? What's wrong with me? You start to feel worse, heavier. Oh, this is going to be a bad day. The questions keep coming quicker now. How will I get through today feeling this bad? How will I talk to those people? Answer those questions. What is wrong with me? And then, if you allow it, it occurs to you that maybe nothing is wrong. Maybe you're just a human who's having a sensation in her body and it doesn't have to mean anything. Oh. Your brain quiets down. You allow the feeling to just be there and you observe them. Maybe it's not that bad. You felt this way before and it was okay. Maybe it'll be okay today. You start to feel better, not 100% or even 60%, but better. Maybe this is just a feeling in your body. Maybe it's nothing more. I think what really helps me from this is when I remember that so often my interpretation of an emotion is what caused me trouble, not the emotion itself. When we feel any emotion, of course our attention goes there. Our body is feeling that way for a reason, so absolutely we should pay attention. But we can also pay attention to the stories or interpretation we give those emotions, because that's how we often create extra suffering. If the story you give to the emotion is that there's something wrong, like there's a problem with your relationship or how you're spending your money, you'll start scanning to find evidence that it's true because that's what our brains do. They like to prove themselves right, and they absolutely don't like emotions that come on without explanation. So even if the explanation isn't true or it's actually kind of far-fetched, it's like your brain is like, aha, I've got it. I've got an explanation. I'm feeling this way because everything is doomed. Great. Except for not great, because when you think that way, you feel worse. But if you allow the possibility that the emotion is simply a sensation in your body that's asking for a little attention, you can explore it with curiosity and drop the pressure to figure it out and give this elaborate story to it. This is where something like meditation or journaling can help. Really, any tool or approach that helps you get curious about how you're feeling can help you. It can help calm you down about what you're feeling instead of going into that rabbit hole of despair that many of us tend to do. I know I do it a lot. So if you're in a funk right now, or you're feeling heavy, or maybe you're feeling great but you're worried that the heaviness is near, I want to encourage you to gently explore what you're feeling and try to unravel the stories you might be telling yourself about those feelings. You can ask yourself something like, okay, that's one story, but what else could I be telling myself about what I'm feeling? How else could I explain this? It could be as simple as, I'm just feeling a little down today or this week, and that's okay. This doesn't have to mean anything is going wrong in my life. You might also ask, do I want or need any help with how I'm feeling? It could be that it makes sense to turn to a loved one or a mental health professional or seek out something related to self-care that could help. I know for me, I like to journal and meditate or take a walk, or I'll talk to my husband or a friend or a coach about it. Really, like any form of connection with myself and or other people really helps me. Think about what could help you. And if you're feeling all the feels right now, my friend, I am here for you, and on certain days of the week, like I've been feeling this week, I'm right there with you. Let yourself feel what you're feeling and watch out for those stories about what you're making those emotions mean. That's all for today. And if you found this episode helpful, I'd love for you to share it with a friend who might need to hear it right now. And if you're in a funk, it can really help to talk it out with somebody who understands. I'd love to offer you a free one-on-one private coaching session where we can explore what you're feeling and help you unravel the stories that are creating a lot of unnecessary suffering. You don't have to figure this out all alone. I know sometimes we tell ourselves that story too. So if you would like some help with this, head over to lynngrogan.com or click the link in the show notes to sign up for your free first session. Again, it's completely free. Until next time, my friend, remember to be gentle with yourself. You've got this. Hey friend, thank you for listening to today's conversation. If you're considering a major career or lifestyle change and you want to talk to someone about this, I'm here for you. You can learn how to work with me one-on-one on my website, which is lynngrogan.com, and I also have details in the show notes. See you next time.